YouTube broadcast with Steinitch. And some people call this Twitch, I know. I guess that makes me a Twitcher. And we're going to go ahead and play a game of chess here. Chess. Let's go ahead and do it. Click that king. Let me see if everything's looking good. Everything's all right. And if they just come and play, we will do it. This is going to be fun. We've got a lot of lurkers out there today. My grandson just told me we've got more than 1,700. It's good to be playing in such a large crowd. Okay, we always play E4 and then F4 on this channel on Signage. If you want to learn how to play that game, you're more than welcome to tune in because we'll show you all the ins and outs and in-betweens of it. There's a million ways to play it. In fact, there might be more than a million ways. At last count, I think there was actually more than a million ways to do it. When he advances that pawn, it's best to advance this pawn, and I'll show you why. The big reason is he can't put you in check now with the queen because, see, the rook is protecting that square. And the knight would like to take that pawn, but it can't because he did the right thing. He advanced to protect it, and now we're going to attack this pawn. And if he wants to try to take our knight, we'll tell him he can do that, but we'll retake with the bishop. So far we're playing a pretty good king's gambit here. Okay. And what now? Brown cow. Maybe that knight has served his purpose. Should we sacrifice him against the king? That's a possibility, but it might be a little too radical. It's probably better to trade off there. And we'll protect that pawn. With that, we might end up castling king side here. I mean queen side. Okay, where's that knight going? He's probably going to attack that, and if he does, we can always move him over really fast. Okay, what now? That was actually a pretty good move. We got to develop this. I would put him right out there because he's protected by the knight. If he takes our bishop, we might get some play here. And now we can also bring this queen out. He's going to let us castle queenside, and he's going to have to castle queenside too. It doesn't look that safe for him over there on his king side. We got to plan what to do. If he takes there, it's probably better now to take with the queen. If we retook with the knight, we would lose the protection on this pawn. And we're going to castle king side right away. This is a fast game. We probably could have done that a little bit better. I think we'll have the best luck already getting out of the way here. He can attack that bishop by moving his pawn up, but if we do, we'll bring the rook back. If he does, we'll bring the rook back. At some point here, we're going to have to activate a rook. We'll do that right now. That was a pretty good move. I'm going to double my rooks over here. He's doing very well. I'm going to go with my plan and double those rooks. If he advances this pawn up, I'm already planning to advance this pawn up. We don't have to take that, of course. Where's he going to go with that afterwards? The best place is right here. Pretty sure. We'll see. If he comes up into here, oh, he just went back. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just thought, you know, we'll get some interesting action over there. Really don't know what's going to happen, but I would like to bring the queen up here. You saw what I was planning. Oh, that was interesting. We don't have any choices. We have to bring him here. And that attacks his rook. I just see something that might be possible. We'll see if it works or whatever. I don't know. This is just kind of like a bogus move. Probably very bad. Really don't know what's happening here. That puts his rook in danger, though. We can take a pawn now. He can't take that with the queen because if he does, we retake with the rook. I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see. At least I get a check out of that. If he takes my rook with his rook, I retake with check. Maybe get something. I guess, you know, win the exchange, maybe. He's got to move his king out of danger. If he moves his king in the corner, it's going to be checkmate. If he moves his king, That was the pinned. The bishop is pinned, like I said. We only got 14 seconds. We got to go kind of fast now. It's kind of like all over now, I think, for him. There. Well, that was a pretty good game. Guys rated 1900. Let's do the let's do this elite chess game analysis and see how we did. That was an interesting game. Now, again, if you're on Steinish's channel, it's because you want to play e4, e5 as white. White, as you can see here on the, we basically were never far behind. We were really far ahead and somehow lost it. But, when you're ahead, easy come, easy go. We were really far ahead, like kind of like in a little iceberg there. It goes down. He got barely ahead just a little bit, and then we were back up at the end. So let's do the post-mortem. And you guys can learn how to play the King's Gambit. It's a lot of fun. So there's the King's Gambit, and he took it. So it really is a gambit. When he takes it, that's really the King's Gambit. I'm going to turn this on so we see what they're suggesting for us to play. And there you see that's what I did in the game, and that's actually the book move. So always remember that when they start advancing that pawn, move that pawn up. And the reason you do that is for the rook to cover this black square against the queen. If he retakes there, that's not good for him. And in any case, if he advances, then the knight goes here. Now, what they'll often do is they'll advance here, and if they do, I usually just take back here, and you win this pawn. And if he takes with the bishop, let's just do that so you can see how that would work. If he attacked here, you see they're saying that's actually the book move. So suddenly you won that pawn, and you're doing okay. So, but that's not what black did. I moved my knight up there, and he moved his pawn up there. So Lee Chess is saying to move out there. Let's see what we did. We didn't. We protected our knight. Not really protected our knight. My whole idea was to attack that pawn. And if you look over here, we're still doing just fine on the analysis. The ball didn't go way down or anything. I mean, that move was almost the same as the one they were suggesting. And he's threatening to take our knight, but you'll remember in the game I didn't react against that. That's a question mark. We had a better move there. We didn't go negative, but we lost our advantage. We went back down to 0. They were saying that I should have gone out there. I didn't really like the idea of getting those pawns doubled, but probably they have a good idea. Let's just see what would happen if I came out there. Why wouldn't he just take me here? I think that's what I would do. Oh, things get kind of complicated here for black. I can see that now. Those pawns. Okay, so now I'm going to check there. And I have to defend here, so I defend the... Okay, so you can kind of see how that would work, but that's not how it went. I didn't move it out there. I did that to protect that. Okay, and then that was also considered a kind of a bad move. I came down again, but I'm still positive. He retook there. I wonder if that was a book move. Oh yeah, look. They're saying that was the best. I say a book move, but to tell you the truth, we're probably into unknown territory here. It's not really a book move. It's just according to the chess engine. Okay, I'm just developing a pace here, bringing my knight out. Oh, interesting. Again, we concur with Lichess. Lichess at first was saying to bring the queen out, and that's what I actually did. He took. They were saying to retake with the knight. I didn't like that idea. I retook with the queen. You see the ball hardly went down at all. They were saying to castle over here. And maybe it would have been better. He's castled kingside. Why don't I go kingside too? As it is, he started advancing his pawns against me almost immediately. Okay, and we're doing according to what Lichess is telling us. More question marks and everything. More and more and more question marks. Just kind of going through this kind of fast. He went back there. Okay. And I remember we had some interesting moves here coming up here very soon. Okay, that's what Lichess said to do. And where's the ball? I have to click here to see it move. Does anyone see the ball? If you can see the ball, tell me. Oh, it must be down here. Oh yeah, it's right there. There's the little ball. So we're down negative. We're not doing so great. I kind of felt we weren't doing really great right now as we were playing the game. I was just trying to hang in there. And suddenly he made a really bad move. Should not have done that. His only winning move after we brought the queen out there would have been to get our queen out of there. But he didn't. He didn't see it. He brought the rook over there. It looks strong, but no. Right there is a really strong move. And again, I did the right move. I brought the knight up. And we're very far ahead now. We're ahead by 7 points. And just like Lichess, I retook with the knight, putting him in check. He took there. We win the queen. And he should have brought, I saw that during the game. Sorry about that. Clicked on the wrong square. He should have brought this rook probably back to here. Or no, here would have been good too. To trade off the rook. It just would have drawn out the game some. But when he brings it back here, the rook here, so then it's an obvious checkmate here. He has no way to defend, and even Lichess says mate in one right there. So hope you enjoyed the game. That was a fun game, and we'll see you around next time. Steinitz playing e4, e5, and that was a pretty valid game, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you. Bye-bye.